You're welcome, guys. This is going to be One Piece chapter 967, Roger's Adventure. And I want to say this is one of the best chapters I've read ever. And this is the chapter that I only thought about and I dreamt about one day we would see what actually happens. And it's actually happening before my eyes. I cannot believe it. It's finally here. So I, I've imagined this moment for ages where we would see Roger's point of view, his perspective, and it's finally here. So basically, what this chapter is what this whole flashback has been kind of like the what do you call it, linker between all the puzzles and hints we've been given. So throughout the series so far, we've always had one or two flashbacks of Roger in his days, and this whole flashback is kind of like linking and putting them all together in one seamless flow, and it's pretty cool to say indeed. And I want to say the ending of this was amazing. So we get, we find out we see Roger interacting with all the people that he's been associated with, like Tom. And one thing I've noticed is apparently Frankie's met these guys. So Frankie's met, what do you call it? Wow. So according to this, Frankie's actually seen the Rogers pirates and has spoken to Odin, but he's never mentioned this at all. So Frankie needs to talk about this a bit more. So yeah, and I love it. I love it, because we've seen all this before, but we this is from a different perspective. It's amazing. I've got to say. So we find out about Poseidon as well, and Fishman Island. We go everywhere. We Water 7 to Fishman Island, and we go everywhere. I love it. And so everyone ends up going back to Wano, and did this part was quite interesting to see. We see that Odin is actually what's it called? His wife gets ill, so when they land in Wano, she kind of she kind of has to stay back. But Odin kind of wants to finish this journey, and I like how he we can see all the changes that's happened with Kaido's industrialization and everything, but he refuses to turn around because if he saw what one has become, he would be obligated to stay there and so he obviously doesn't want he's so conflicted between his homeland and the adventure that he's going on, and he really wants to see this adventure through, so I can't blame him. And so that's kind of cool that he doesn't turn around, because if he knows he turns around, then he's obviously going to stay there and ditch the adventure, because obviously for him Wano is the greater cause. So he refuses to turn around, and everyone kind of calls him scum. It's kind of funny. We get all the retainers call him scum, and this part is comedy gold, which is kind of funny. As the ship sails off, we see Roger calling Odin scum as well, so that was pretty funny. So yeah, and then so the Rogers crew also goes to Zoe, and this is the final part where they get to Zoe and they see the last treasure. The last poneglyph for Rogers was the one in Zoe. So with all the pieces set in motion, what do you call it? They now head off to the what do you call it? The pinpoint location, and we also find out Rogers actually met Pedro as well. So that's pretty crazy. So so now they're docked at this the final checkpoint before they get to the final island, and this is kind of really unlucky, but apparently Buggy actually gets ill just before they set off on the final adventure, and even though he's ill, he really wants to go, and he wants to be taken with them, but because Buggy's ill and they refuse to take him, Shanks and Buggy stay behind just to because Buggy's ill and Shanks has to take care of him. So in this sense that Shanks and Buggy have never seen the One Piece, so they don't know the true history of the Void Century and stuff like Rayleigh knows. So that's quite interesting indeed. And with that, they go to the final island, and this is kind of funny actually. So when Roger and everyone gets to the final island, I don't know, it gives me goosebumps to think, but he just laughs. He just laughs, and we don't know what's so funny on the island, but hopefully we'll find out. So as soon as Roger gets to the island, he laughs, and everyone laughs as well, and they start crying. And Roger talks to himself like, "Joy boy, I really wish I had been born in the same era as you. You left behind such a unbelievable treasure. What a funny story." So apparently, the reason why it's called Raftel is because it's a pun, and the final island is called Laugh Tale. So that's pretty crazy. So it's something funny, okay? That's all we know. And so what I've deciphered from this chapter also is that it's Joy Boy who's left this treasure, and I just want to know what it is because if it makes Roger laugh, like he spent all his life trying to get here, and he finally gets here just before he dies as well, and he just laughs. I don't know. I find that so awe-inspiring. What is this mystery? We get so much we get so much information of what this one Piece is, but we left out the last crucial part. We've been shown how Roger gets there, what he has to do, but the only thing we've been shown is what the One Piece is, and I cannot wait to find out. So this chapter is one of the best chapters I've read in years, I think. There's just so much story and information given that, I love it. I love this chapter so much. Damn it. But yeah, this was such a good chapter, and I cannot wait to find out what Laugh Tale has in store for us. Bye.